Everyone, it's Sunday, January 27th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vice President Vera Dordick. Starting with the United States this week, prices were generally steady to higher with just a few exceptions. Sellers have been able to book enough sales over the past few weeks so that they're in a better position at this point. The recent uptick in demand is a good thing, but it will really only make a difference if it can be sustained, so we'll have to see how firm things truly are over the next few weeks. This is because buyers are still resistant to increases, and the Chinese New Year will also have an effect on sales. That said, we hear that some sectors are doing very well, such as high-end leathers for upholstery and handbags. Taking a look at heavy Texas steers in particular, trading in regular weight Texas was thinner this week, with most sales being booked on heavier averages. Those sales of seasonal averages were reported at $32, steady with last week's high. As you've likely heard, the U.S. government shutdown is now over and it's back in business. So while there's no export report this week, we're hopeful that we'll get some sort of data soon, ideally on Friday if we're lucky. With regard to slaughter, this week it was 610,000, down just under 2% from last week, and it's down about 2.5% for the year to date. Turning to Italy, European editor Andrea Guolo writes that cows are in a slow trend right now, mainly because no one wants to stock up even though prices are a bargain. English ox is seeing some more demand, and with regard to sheepskins, some Spanish selections are seeing price weakness, and some of that is due to the lukewarm demand in the footwear sector. In his analysis this week, Andrea addresses tannery relationships with fashion houses and how intertwined the two are. In addition, he talked with footwear manufacturers last week, and he sums up what they had to say about the market, which is very interesting, so you'll make sure you want to read that. Turning to Latin America, editor Ronald Guiel says that fresh hides saw a drop this week and that TR1 remains under significant pressure globally. With regard to price, business with China has been lower and not surprisingly will remain that way at least for a few weeks until the holiday is over. In other items about the Brazilian market, we have a report that Marfrig swapped some assets with Minerva and is assuming slaughter in a particular plant in Brazil. Elsewhere in Latin America, Colombia reported that its tanning industry was down significantly in November, and the CEO of Queiroz Velez called for more control of footwear imports. In Mexico, the gas shortage has caused losses for businesses in the industry, and we also have a story on Aeromexico and its announcement that it has partnered with e-leather for seating because the material is lighter. You might remember that there has been some debate over this company's product because it's not genuine leather, but rather a composite of recycled leather fibers and other materials. It's an interesting choice for a company based in a leather-producing area like Mexico, so we'll see. Anyway, that's all we have for this week, and until next week, good night from HideNet.